I hate Animal Crossing, is what I would have said if you'd asked me several months ago. Recently, I've kind of changed my mind about that. Now, you might be thinking this is dumb and clickbait, and you are totally right. But I want to talk to you about why I hated it, and why you might hate it if you're in the same boat I was. Now, I've been playing this game, not to exaggerate, my entire life. That may be a slight exaggeration, because I was actually 3. But it's the same thing. This game was one of my first memories of existing, and it means a lot to me, but for the last couple years, I kind of just stopped playing. And it made me really sad, but it was just starting to feel so shallow. During New Leaf, it became a lot about how nice you can make stuff look, and the fandom took that really seriously. Everything was neatly decorated and pathed out. The dedication people put into their towns definitely needed to be respected, but sometimes it just felt so depressing. It was like the only thing that was important is how pretty everything looked. And that only got worse with New Horizons, because now we have cores. Cottage core, forest core, jungle core, kid core, fairy core, and there are so many others. Not to mention with all the creative freedom we had. Now listen, I'm not judging. I love creative freedom. I love when people make things. I love art. I love all of that. And I love when people make these crazy islands. But that was never what it was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about going at your own pace. Going at your own pace can involve creative freedom, yes. And I don't think that making Animal Crossing more of a creative game instead of a very chill game was even the wrong move. But I think that what it did to people wasn't that great. I saw people get anxious, feeling like the only way to play the game right is for everything to be in the right place, and making it like that as soon as you possibly can. Not to mention making sure you have so-called creative villagers. Back in my day, you had what you had, and you dealt with it. Seriously, there's so much emphasis on having cute little guys, and like, I do get it. Also, no, you don't need Raymond or Marina to have what the fandom calls an S-tier island. It's about what makes you happy, and if what they call an ugly villager makes you happy, that's fine. In all seriousness, when I was a kid, it was not easy to get rid of your little guys, so even if you hated them, you kind of just had to deal with it. And I feel like with Animal Crossing, cuteness is so subjective anyway. Like, this is Kyle. He's my favorite Animal Crossing character. I love him. I would die for him. I put his house right next to mine on my very first New Horizons island, and I feel like he was with me during all those crazy times. No shade. Have the people you want. But I don't think being like, well, this is an S-tier island because I have these 10 villagers is valid at all. This isn't a very popular villager, but she's cute, so I'm gonna use her. When I was 5, she said I was stupid in the first game. So for the rest of my life, I'm just going to think of her as the one that called me stupid, no matter what. This is Diva. She's ugly. I know she's ugly. But for 2 games and 3 save files, she was with me. So yes, she is ugly, but in my head, I'm still always gonna love her. The point I'm trying to make is cute villagers based on the... What the f did I spell? The point I'm trying to make is so much emphasis on cute villagers based on the internet's pics make me really annoyed with the fandom. And a lot of that was happening because there were so many new people. For the next point, I'm gonna go through my personal experience with Animal Crossing. It might sound similar to your own, and it might not, but going over this helped me realize why I didn't like the game anymore for a really long time. I'm 3. We just moved into our new house. Our GameCube is set back up, and I'm finally old enough to play video games. We only have a couple, so I play them all the time. As years go on, I become obsessed with Mario, but Animal Crossing is still a favorite because it's just so cozy. I played in the summer, and then I go outside and play with my dolls. I catch fireflies when my mom bakes cookies, and then go downstairs, turn on the GameCube, and try to pay off my mortgage. There isn't much to do except fish, but that's okay with me. I build snowmen outside, and then come in with my sister, and we drink hot chocolate and play Mario Party. Later that night, I'll watch High School Musical and make cardboard houses for my Polly Pockets. On special nights, I get to stay up late and play while we wait to pick up my sister from youth group. I'm homeschooled, and I don't have many friends. And I have a lot more time than most kids my age, but I have my little worlds. So that's okay with me. I'm 9. We've had a Wii for like a year now, and I love it so much. Also, I'm out of the basement because it didn't connect to the downstairs TV. I learned about Sonic the Hedgehog, and he's now my favorite thing, beating Mario. I love the Tangled movie with all my heart, and I have friends now. Other homeschooled kids that live right next to us. I make memories with them and run around and play, and guess what? I still play a lot of Animal Crossing. There's more to do now. I go to the city, I fish, I talk to my neighbors because I can actually read now. I have hair now. I find Whisk one night while I watch Wizards of Waverly Place, and my mind is literally blown. I spend a Thanksgiving trying to stop cannibalism. I write tiny stories in my head about my favorite girl villagers going out on the town with me. I find a giant spider and I cry. I fish some more. Things are a little different in my life. I have some anxieties about, like, if watching Sonic so much is a sin. I have some sadness because my sister's about to move out, but other than that, it's really perfect. I'm 13 now. I just got my 3DS, and the first 2 games I got were Sonic Boom, for some reason, and Animal Crossing. Things are a lot different. I like boys. I like Twilight. I like Hatsune Miku a lot. Maybe too much. I have a lot more anxieties now. I don't really have any friends anymore. Youth group is really stressful. Before it was just a slight anxiety, but now I've actually been told that liking Hatsune Miku too much is a sin, and also liking boys, and basically everything I do is a sin. I have my first real crush, and as I stay up late, daydreaming, I play Animal Crossing. There's a lot to do, and I love all of it. I love my house, I love my new villagers, and going to the club, and going to the island. When I have an OCD panic attack because I can't remember the order I made up in my head of what day I'm supposed to wear what pants. Play when I get home from youth group feeling bad about myself. Play when other kids make fun of me for being such a nerd, and I'll play late at night when everyone is sleeping. I remember that summer was the first one where I was allowed to stay up whenever I wanted, and I would fall asleep to the 10 p.m. theme all the time because I didn't actually stay up that late because I kind of was a nerd. I have a lot more anxiety about life now, but not about Animal Crossing. Sure, I'll have moments, don't get me wrong. There's multiple times I feel like my town isn't as good as other people's, but overall, I don't worry too much about it. All I do is go to that little island and fish. I'm 17 now. Things are not that good. We're quarantined and it's scary, but even with that, things haven't been good for a while now. I have friends again, but I'm hurt, and I've been hurt by other kids, by boys, by other adults, by my family, and I'm angry at everyone. And no one really understands. The only reason I'm angry in the first place is no one will let me be sad. I had to stop and let go and forgive and forget so fast. I never even had time to process. It was just immediately shoved down. And now I'm so mad because it's just too much. It's all just too much. One person shouldn't feel all this anger and anxiety. Will my life be okay? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna be? Am I not good enough for him? Why am I not good enough for her? Why am I not good enough for anyone? Why can't I be sad? Why can't I be angry? Why can't I do better at this? Why can't I do more? Why can't I stop being angry? Why am I like this? Why am I such a horrible person? Why? But there's Animal Crossing still. Coming out in just a few months. If I can just hold on a little longer, maybe it'll be okay. It wasn't okay. I gave myself a derealization disorder, which is basically when your brain goes into flight mode to calm you down, and everything looked like this for a year. Anyway, so now here we are at the end, kind of. I loved this game in the beginning until it became a fashion show. Until it felt too foreign and different. It didn't feel like when I was a kid. It didn't feel comforting or warm like a hug. It just felt stressful and judgy. I was trying so hard all the time to make it perfect and good enough. But that was my problem with real life too. And as I started playing again over the last couple months, that's when I realized it. It wasn't the game, it was me. Sure, the fandom did make it a more stressful environment, but I didn't need to let that affect me. I didn't need to let people affect me in real life either. The game was different and overwhelming, just like life, but that didn't make it bad. Different isn't bad. Just because people want to make crazy islands right away doesn't mean I need to go do that. I can go at my own pace, and you can too. And I implore you to try again and do that, because the change and the judgment of the world and your life doesn't need to define you. You can go at your own pace. You can in anything you need to. So my conclusion is, New Horizons isn't bad. Change and judgment and pressure and stress is scary, and sometimes we let those things come into our safe places. And other people invite them in, but that's okay. We're okay. I'm almost 21 now. My birthday's in a few weeks. I'm scared. I don't know what the next few years is going to look like. I only have a vague plan, and I don't know who I'll be when the next Animal Crossing comes out, but I do know one thing. I'm taking it all at my own pace.